Good morning, children. I appreciate you joining me here this morning. We have many things to discuss. Brother. Folks, I've been thinking about it, and I've been pitching it to a lot of you, that we need to have monk-like discipline when we are degenerately gambling in the world's largest market. And it's one thing to just say it. It's another thing to commit your life to the concept of monk-like discipline. And that's what I've been doing. That is, in the past 24 hours, I've come to a realization that you can't just talk the talk. Sometimes you have to walk the walk. And I also, in a certain sense, need to practice what I preach. I need to practice what I preach. So I hope you, my fellow brothers and brotherettes, join me on this journey of a lifetime of monk-like discipline. This is the only way we will be successful in the markets. This is the only way I will be successful in the markets. I hope you join me. Thank you very much. Even if you choose to not join me on this entire journey, I do appreciate you joining me for this morning, this episode of the Matt Core Show, and to celebrate not only the good vibes, the beautiful summertime, the community in a general sense. It's a classic Payday Friday. We will be giving away $250 today because we will have that money from monk-like discipline trading. Folks, the only way to win in this casino is to have the discipline of a brother monk. Brothers and brotherettes, before us today, we have an opportunity, and it is the opportunity to make many, many tendies in the market. Many, many tendies within the market. I'm ready. I hope you are ready. I am ready because we have many things to discuss, many things to get into, and I have no idea if this stream is actually going through, so I'm just going to kind of wing it and hope that it is. Hope that it is. I hope everyone's having a great morning. I really, really do. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, team. All right, let's get into it. Oh, you know what I need? Hang on 1 second. I think I know how we could set a little bit of the ambiance. A little bit of the ambiance. I think exactly what we could do. Will this set it? There we go. That's what we need right there. Just a little something to set the mood for the day. A little something to set the mood. Kind of hurts when it's on my skin up here, but that's what it's like. That's what we have to do. We will be going on a journey today, a journey in the world's largest casino, and I hope you are ready for what this requires. It will requiring buckling up and securing your socks because we would not want to knock those off. We only now have 25 minutes before that casino bell goes dingity ding ding ding. We must get ready. Just so you know, there's actually been a pretty bad drop in pre-market. This all has to do with Japan. I'll be talking about it. But the market was rocking. we are rocking. 2 days ago, Wednesday, all-time high in the SPY, not far away yesterday. The Qs actually hit a new all-time high yesterday. Absolutely phenomenal. So tech ripping, SPY pretty much ripping. Why there's a little bit of some craziness this morning is because of just what's going on in Japan, and I'll be covering that. But before we cover that, stock futures falls, S&P 500, NASDAQ rally to record highs. So why it's cooling, like I said, Japan. But I actually have a bit of an update on a very important story that I need to share with all of you. We do have a pretty major update on the classic July 4th hot dog eating contest, where we have the repeat champion Joey Chestnut not competing because of his partnership with a vegan hot dog brand. Folks, I've reported a lot of crazy news in my day, chit-chatting with you guys day in and day out, and this might be the craziest, kind of most abrasive abuse of power I've ever seen from the Major League Eating Corporation.
The end of an era. The end of an era with the news this week that hot dog eating champion Joey Chestnut won't compete in this year's July 4th contest because of a conflict with his sponsor. It raises the question between this and college sports: has our sponsorship economy gone too far? John Ford is here to weigh in. What do you think, John?
Well, Becky, the sponsor economy has definitely gone too far. We're at the point where these deals are putting the events themselves at risk. Joey Chestnut is just the latest example. And the man is the Michael Jordan of competitive eating. And now he's out of this year's July 4th contest on Coney Island because it's backed by Nathan's Hot Dogs. And Chestnut just picked up a sponsorship from the plant-based Impossible brand. Apparently, Chestnut turned down a $300,000 a year, 4-year deal from Nathan's to go Impossible. That's what a source told the Washington Post. Yes, an anonymous source on a hot dog eating story. Welcome to 2024. But can I get serious for a minute? This is America, okay? It's bad enough that a signature event on our nation's birthday is competitive gluttony, eating tubes of processed meat. But now that cherished tradition is getting derailed by a branding spat. In an Olympics 32 years ago, Nike loyalist Michael Jordan covered the Reebok logo on his Dream Team uniform, but after he represented his country. Now in 2023, sponsorship silliness took down Bud Light. In 2024, it's come for our hot dogs. Quick, somebody check on the nation's potato chips, because pretty soon we'll have nothing left to overeat. Becky.
All right. Some would argue that today's
you can almost see the
deals
tear
on social
in his
media
eye.
have actually opened up opportunities for talent. You know, people who wouldn't have been making this before, and if you can get the eyeballs and you can get the money, what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah, Becky, on the other hand, the sponsor economy is finally making things more fair. College athletes used to feed a whole industry and get next to nothing. Now, name, image, and likeness deals are bringing millions of dollars to young talent. Take Shedeur Sanders, the University of Colorado quarterback, estimated to make more than $4 million a year from brands including Google, Beats by Dre, and Mercedes. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the faces of the new WNBA, each made millions before going pro and are helping bring money and attention to the pro level. Look at LSU's Livy Dunn, the Charlie D'Amelio of gymnastics. At an estimated $3.6 million last year, she made even more endorsement money than Caitlin Clark. I said it's making things more fair, right? Well, my point is, it's healthier for brands to give money directly to the talent rather than just give money to the leagues and the broadcast networks. Not that there's anything wrong with giving money to broadcast networks. It's just that this sponsorship economy, while messy at times, is only messy because it's bringing power closer to the people who deserve it. The most talented athletes, the fastest eaters, and the people our society finds most attractive.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, I am glad to see college athletes getting this. I will say the process is really messy, and it's not fair within the ranks of the college athletes who all are putting in a lot of times. It picks a few favorites and doesn't take into account the team around them that builds them up too. So I think it just brings the inequality down to lower and lower levels.
That's true. It does seem something's wrong though if Joey Chestnut isn't eating hot dogs.
I was watching about how he actually trains for this in advance. For anybody who's not a long-time watcher of this, he actually does train in advance, trains his esophagus by guzzling tons and tons of water and trying to do all kinds of crazy reflux things. I don't think it's healthy. I don't know if it's good for you. But he does train, in air quotes. For
those of us who are religious, though, we're going to have to answer on
air
Judgment
quotes.
Day
No, that's real training. Real trading.
But before that,
dude, they need to free my boy Joey. It is not your July 4th holiday unless Joey is up there slamming some dogs. Once in a while, just as a human, as a man, you got to pick where you're going to draw the line. You have to know the hill you're going to die on, and we got to free our boy Joey because this is unacceptable. There's many egregious things I've seen in my day, but this is so in our face that collectively, as humanity, the world should stand up and get Joey back up there in the exact competition he was put on this earth to do. Boycott eating. Hashtag free Joey. Hashtag boycott eating. All right. Bringing it back to a little bit of the geopolitical update. Trump Biden prep for debate where any misstep threatens hopes. Obviously, left or right, I think we can all agree that Trump is going to demolish him, right? Like, is that... I feel like even if you're the most anti-Trump, most left-supporting person, this is crazy, right? That they're actually going to put Biden on the stage with the lead internet troll of the modern era? Like, even if you're left-leaning, I guess it's both high risk because whoever gets embarrassed, that's not beneficial for them. But I guess it would be more detrimental to somehow if Biden runs mental loops around Trump, which I just don't think it's going to happen. But I think that would take us all by surprise. But folks, even the recent videos, like this just came out yesterday. He's lost. This guy's he's a lost old man. At a certain point, it becomes elder abuse. Just watch him. What is going on, man? And you might be like, oh, he's looking at something. Watch where everyone else is looking. Collectively, the group of what's going on. The guy's just, what do I do? Just throwing some thumbs ups. Doesn't know he's supposed to be in a photo. This was just like 2 days ago. It's like, I don't know. It's sad. And I think if the left side of politics wanted to have a real shot, just put up a better candidate. Put up someone who can string a sentence together. Give us like an interesting election, not just one internet troll versus a senile geriatric. This is also from pretty much the same time.
It includes major commitments from Ukraine to impact and to implement democratic, economic, and security reforms. It includes...
Someone put together like a giant clip of all of his recent, like in the past month or two. Actually, did Trump put it up on his own True Social? Was it Trump? Hang on. I think I found another clip that might... Is this one it? No. Dude, he's on True Social a lot. There's a super clip of Biden's recent commentary. And I mean, is this it? It's about gonna win. No, that's not it. Well, okay. If any of you know what I'm talking about, it just came out. I thought I saw Trump put it up. I thought it was Trump. But dude, this guy's popping off on the internet. This guy. There's so much to go through. I'll find it eventually, but we could watch it a little bit later. I guess it's good that I'm actually not finding it now because we do have quite a bit to talk about related to the economy, the stock market, and today's largest casino, the session of a lifetime. BOJ's lack of detail on bond buying cuts leaves the yen vulnerable. Those couple decisions, while we were all fast asleep, getting ready for the final trading day of the week, Japan was up. They were doing things, and it was a little bit uncertain. Everyone was kind of left scratching their bald head, at least I was. And because of that, that's exactly when this information came out. You can see right when it started, pretty much 2 a.m. Kind of easy to pinpoint when the train went off the track, I suppose. This is the S&P 500 futures market, obviously trading 23 hours out of the day. So like I said, when we were sleeping 2 a.m, Japan was up. They were making their decisions conference, and market absolutely puked. Now, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We do have a couple announcements today and developments that could have an influence on the market, to be completely fair. At 8:30, we already got the price index, the import price index. Also, Mester, she was speaking at 8:30. 10 a.m. is probably the big thing of the day. 10 a.m., the consumer sentiment numbers. Once again, 30 minutes into the trading day. Mester speaking again, Goolsby speaking, and then after the market closes, we're going to have Lisa Cook. But just so you know, so 2 Fed speakers throughout the day today, and then a consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. 10 a.m., I would argue, is going to be the big thing. Now, the week's been a crazy week. We've had 2 major inflation reports. We've had 2 major bond auctions, the 10-year and the 30-year, the CPI and the PPI for the inflation. We also had a giant FOMC decision. And the FOMC decision was, hey, we're not doing anything as expected. But what was interesting in the summary of economic projections, a really nerdy qualitative, quantitative breakdown of what the Fed is seeing, they increased their projections of inflation. That's not good. So we all know it. If you've bought anything anywhere recently, you know things are more expensive. You know things are more expensive. And yet we have the Treasury Secretary Yellen, the fucking gremlin of the U.S. government, telling us, it's fine.
All Americans, both those who are well off and those who are near the bottom of the income distribution, are better off now. Their wages have risen more than prices.
Does anyone feel that way at all? She's saying everyone feels better. You could be rich or at the bottom end of the income distribution. Poor, apparently she has to thesaurus the word poor and has to have 2 sentences to just talk about poor people. She's like, yeah, they're all better off. You're getting paid more than prices are going up. Bullshit. As a man of the cloth, I have particular issues when people are lying. And that's exactly what this Gremlin Smeagol character is doing. The average person is not better off. Holy shit. Look at this isn't just anecdotal. You talk to people. There's the metrics. Look at bankruptcies. Look at credit card delinquencies. Look at auto loan delinquencies. There's actual measurements of things going up and up and up and up that are not good. We don't want unemployment's going up. What is she talking about? She's like, nah, it's better off. She's just firing from the hip, making shit up. And like I said, as a man of the cloth, I find it particularly offensive. Now, I know a lot of you are interested in individual equities, and that's what I want to talk about. First of all, we're kind of out of earnings season. Oracle reported, Broadcom reported, Adobe reported all this week. All did pretty well. Adobe shares soar 17% on better than expected results. So for any of you playing Adobe, I don't think it's the most popular thing, but I just want to let you know it is doing well. The other major news relates to old Tesla. Elon Musk is about $56 billion richer this morning. Tesla investors get behind Musk's fight for $56 billion pay deal. So this was a pay package that was approved in 2018. He hit the metrics, he got the money, and then a judge in Delaware said, nuh-uh, you're getting paid too much. And everyone's like, what? And then he stopped the payment, and then it went back to the shareholders because they're now reincorporating instead of in Delaware. Now they're going to Texas, and basically shareholders were like, okay, we're going to give it to you. I think they did it because they legitimately liked the guy, but they were also kind of strong-armed into doing it because if they didn't, he was going to just take the AI development elsewhere. So if you were a Tesla shareholder, you wouldn't be getting exposure to the AI development. So in my eyes, it was a no-brainer. Give the dude the money because it was already an agreed upon contract. Breed some goodwill because you want him to do all the AI development within Tesla so you as the shareholder get exposure to it. And also it's just like an FU to these stupid judges that are getting a little bit too big for their britches, if you ask me. But anyway, proposal passes with 72% of votes, just shy of the 2018 percentage. So pretty much everyone's saying the same. And the big one was Vanguard, the ETF that has to own a lot of Tesla. They actually ended up voting yes as well. So right here, Tesla shareholders vote to reinstate Elon Musk's $56 billion pay package. Tesla shareholders vote to ratify CEO Elon Musk's 2018 pay package after a Delaware judge rescinded it in January. I still don't understand how's that possible. Years later, how can a fucking dipwit goddamn judge from Delaware be like, nah, you got paid too much? Literally, his argument was it's more than any other CEO's been paid, so we don't know if you should be paid that much. Do you know how much money he generated for other people because of Tesla's share price? It's insane. Anyway, it just went through. They got it, and obviously Tesla's up on it because there was the uncertainty of if he doesn't get it, then he might once again take the AI development somewhere else. So obviously Tesla stock benefiting. And how important is this? So I keep coming back to this AI development within the business that is Tesla, it is massively important. Elon Musk claims Optimus robots can make Tesla a $25 trillion company. Just so you know, the world's largest publicly traded company right now, or really the top three, Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia, are all sitting at $3 trillion. 25 trillion, quite a bit. More than half the value of the S&P 500 today. At Tesla's 2024 annual shareholder meeting, CEO Elon Musk claims humanoid robots could lift the company's market cap to 25 trillion at an unspecified future date. At Thursday's close, Tesla had a market cap of 580 billion. The value of the entire S&P 500 is 45 trillion. Obviously, this is a projection for quite a far time out in the future, but it's just when you look at Optimus, when you look at the robo-taxi network, I actually think in the future, I'm talking 1, 2, 3 decades out, I don't think it's that crazy to think of Tesla as an automaker. I think that will be a very small sliver of the overall business in terms of revenue. So right now we think of Tesla as the world's #1 automaker, and that's what the company is really trading on. I think in the future, as its other business pillars really expand and grow and start to do other things, I think percentage-wise, what we're going to see is the revenue from automaking is actually going to really, on a relative basis, be smaller to these other things. The other things right now are minuscule, but I'm very excited to see how it ends up growing. Just because we were talking about Trump, we know that Trump and Elon, even though they're both running very competitive social media platforms, apparently they're still boys.
I don't exactly know why he this is a good question. I mean, you know, I have had some conversations with him, and he does call me out of the blue for no reason. I don't know why, but he does. And it's like, he's very nice when he calls, and you know, and I was like, you know, electric cars I think are pretty good for the future. America's the leader in electric cars, you know, buy America and stuff. And and I think he actually, a lot of his friends now have Teslas, and they will love it. And he's a huge fan of the Cybertruck. So I think those may be contributing factors. You know?
So just a little bit of an additional piece of information of the overlap between the economy, the stock market, tech leads, and obviously where politics are going. Now, on to the equity that you guys want to know about. GME, we're talking about Keith Gill. We're talking about Roaring Kitty. We're talking about deep effing value. Not 3 guys, all one and the same guy. Big update yesterday. Is it that crazy? No, because we were calling it out in real time, and yet some people who have not enough neurons to rub together were like, nah, this is FUD. This isn't real. It was real. Roaring Kitty, at least as of his update yesterday, no longer has any calls. He took the profit on some and he exercised others. So right now he went from 5 million shares and 120,000 calls to now he just has 9 million shares. Like I said, taking profits on some, exercise. Well, actually, it looks like he might have sold and then actually bought from the market. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there because if you look at it, his average price. So a couple things to talk about, but the real TLDR is he now has 9 million shares. He increased his equity ownership from 5 million to 9 million as in an increase of 80%. And now he's actually the 4th largest owner out of everyone. Entities, individuals. He's the 2nd largest individual owner behind Ryan Cohen. And now he's the 4th largest owner considering everything. That is Keith Gill. So that's why was GameStop getting hit yesterday? Well, he had to finish getting out of his positions as the market makers on hedge. There was a lot of just like false information. Like I said, a lot of people calling it FUD, literally just not understanding basic math. And then from there, they thought that exercising would drive the price up, thinking that Wolverine didn't already have the shares, but that's literally not how market making works. But anyway, that's the hot story. Here's the proof of the situation. Jamie, this is his full position update. So notice how his average price went up. So that's why they were like, okay, did he actually sell it and then go buy it from the open market? But anyway, he has just over 9 million shares and his total gain is still sitting at $51 million. The account, 268 million, still pretty good. That's a chunk of change. Obviously not as high, like it was double that, I guess, a week ago at this point, a little under a week ago. Last Thursday, it was about double that, but still as rich as you could pretty much be. Now, what am I talking about? So yesterday at 10:45 in the morning, deep effing value clearly dropped some or all of the GME June 21st calls. How do we know that? because we saw that the open interest, as in the amount of live contracts, was below 120,000. So even mathematically, if he owned every single call, he couldn't have been at his original position. And if you go through my comments, you're going to see how deranged some of these people are. So whenever you're down and out, and you're thinking to yourself, man, maybe I'm just like not smart enough for the market. Maybe I just don't have what it takes. If you want to feel better about yourself, I'm telling you, go read my comments. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm actually competing sometimes against really smart people, but also sometimes against really, really dumb people. So right here, guy from Reddit, deep effing value, currently owning 2.9%. So it goes Ryan Cohen, Vanguard, BlackRock, then deep effing value. Vanguard and BlackRock are just large ETF players. So pretty funny that deep effing value is literally the number 4 owner. And with that, the short interest very much dropped and went from 20% down to 14%. Cost to borrow dropped, utilization dropped. Just wild. If you haven't already, don't forget to get the newsletter, mattcorsoutLocals.com. But more important than that is the fact that we are doing a Payday Friday. Today at 10:30 in the morning, we will be giving away $250 to one lucky winner. If you want to enter, it is free to enter. Just sign up. It's pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. We're going to be picking one person from YouTube, one person from Rumble, and then 3 people from Locals. So you're going to have multiple opportunities. If you're watching on Rumble, YouTube, or on Locals, you can sign up for this for free. All you have to do is have the code Goonie. And then when you come here, I just need you to comment a way that I could reach out to you. So if you're the winner, I could email you or text you or whatever it is, Twitter, Instagram, email, just a way to reach out to you so I can send you the money. But we will be giving away $250 today to one lucky winner. So sign up. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. If you're on Locals already, it's literally going to be the top pinned one. MattCorsOutLocals.com. You can sign up to comment. You're going to have to be a supporter, but you could be a supporter for free. Just put in the code Goonie. That's what's pinned to the top of chat. That's what's in the description of the video. You come to the first one, and just like this, 52 people, 53 people have already figured it out. So we're going to be doing that in exactly an hour. As a quick update for yesterday, you guys saw the trades in the morning, but just to, I guess, be more transparent, or as transparent as I can, at 11:11 in the morning, Piper signal fired, said it was bullish, 4 out of 5 confidence. A lot of people, even in my own Discord, they thought it was crazy. They even accused Piper of being drunk, but guess who ended up being right? Piper, because Piper is the market. But anyway, bullish 4 out of 5 confidence on the SPY and the Qs put credit spread. I ended up personally trading it on SPX. I took a slightly different trade. I was playing that gap fill. I sold at 215, bought back at 125 at 15 each. So that was a nice gain of 1,350 before actual fees. So about 1,275 after fees. So pretty nice day. Another reason to maybe stick around after you do the giveaway. I think you're really going to like the Discord. If you have any issues getting connected to it, obviously let me know, and I'm more than happy to help. Whoa, brother.
Target filled.
Whoa, brother. What happened? Like
Target
I said,
filled.
Monk-like discipline, folks. Looks like I've already traded 5 accounts out of my 20 on Apex. 225 locked in on 5 accounts. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing, Tonto. That's a good start today. We are done with 5 of the 20 accounts. Obviously, you heard that all popping off for whatever reason. So 15 to go. And I like to be done, especially today with the consumer sentiment report coming out at 10 a.m. I would like to be done with all my futures trading before that 10 a.m. announcement. It might happen. It might not happen. It kind of depends on what the market does or doesn't give me. But 5 already down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1.2, 1.3K already locked in. And let's see if we can keep this party going. Let's see if we can keep this party going. All right, let me get this set up. All right, so the SPY, the Qs are just below their close from yesterday, and so
Order
is this.
filled.
Oh, brother. Order filled. What are we doing?
Order filled. Order filled.
Uh-oh. Wrong. Which way did it?
Order filled.
Dude, lots of orders. It went long? Why would it go long? Why would it go long? I'm trying to figure out. Well, that wasn't good. Hang on. Am I running it on the right time frame? Well, there goes 3 accounts, and then it goes right back. Oh, did it just go high enough? Oh, I see what happened. All right. It's all right. we're sticking with our monk-like discipline. There's still a lot of time in the game today. What I'm actually kind of looking for out of the gate myself, my own plan for anyone who cares, is not similar to yesterday, but similar to really, I guess, what we saw on Monday and Tuesday, is when we open up a bit weak, it seems like there's kind of a proclivity for the market to push to the upside. So I might be targeting yesterday's close. I'll obviously let you know if I make that trade, but we're going to be executing it, as always, with monk-like discipline. With a monk-like discipline. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. All right, where are we at? GME. GME, actually the most green thing on my watch is currently up 2%. If you're actively watching it right now, 30 is a big psychological level. 32, I would argue, is a big technical level. So I'm kind of interested in the right where we are now, 30. I'm interested in 32. And then I'm also, if we were to break above and hold above 32, I'd be interested in 38. So for those of you watching GME, those are the levels that I would think of, I guess, are quote unquote like of interest, if that makes sense. How will the Fed monetary policy report make the market react 11 today? It's a 3-star event. I don't know, because I don't know what's in the report. If I knew what was in the report, I would probably be like either trading on insider information or just be like a market god. How would I know? I mean, I'm gonna be getting the information the same. I don't know what's in it. You thought I knew what was in it? I have no idea what's in it. I wish I knew what was in it. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But they've stopped telling me early for whatever reason. Baloney, if you ask me. Or is it released to everyone? I guess, yeah, that's what. Wait, did you think it was only for them? I guess I'm confused about your confusion, Dan. It's a public data release. It's like the way inflation is announced at whatever time X, the way bond auctions are announced. Like it's a piece of information that becomes then public. All right, GME. Here, let's get up so we can track. They definitely you're not gonna have a public release that then they keep a secret. All right, so here's GME. Whenever I'm looking at this, if you're curious what we're actually looking at, like in terms of the underlying asset, just look in the top right. So right here, this one's GameStop. The white line is the price, and then the teal and the purple line, the green and the purple line are the delta, which is just a measure of the bullishness or the bearishness in the options market. So it's interesting to see if options are leading the way, if price is leading the way, if there's giant movements in calls or puts. So we got a little bit of a flow alert here on GME at 932. Obviously, that led to a pop, but let's see if that could hold on. And then in terms of the SPY, choppy. All right. What time is it? 9:35. Matt, what are some of your go-to indicators for the ups and downs and or trend change? I don't think that there's like one indicator that is dominant. I think it's more so appropriate to understand, I guess, the story of multiple. So I think you can overdo it for sure. But I think it's good to have a grouping to see if they're all kind of telling the same story. Like, is the MACD positive? Is the RSI trending up? Are you above or below EMA lines? Like, I wouldn't just say like I use this indicator and that's it. The single use of indicators definitely has its flaws, without a doubt. But with that being said, I think you can actually find profitable strategies using all indicators. So I think, like, I wouldn't be like, oh, the RSI is trash and you can never use it. No, there are strategies that use the RSI, but it's not necessarily the end all be all. There's strategies that use the MACD. There's ones that use ATR. There's ones that use like there's so many things you could do, because really what it comes down to is just risk reward management. Time and time again, they've actually done studies on this where they've had professional traders, they can only exit. So they've actually done studies where they're just handed a position, like the position's already live, and these professional traders, they were only allowed to pick when you could get out. So they could have gotten out right away, or they could have chose to held. And that kind of shows you the fact that you can give a professional trader actual positions and they're only allowed to close it out, and they were able to be profitable. They were able. So what does that tell you about it? It tells you that the management of it, the risk to reward, is better than anything else. Way, way better than anything else. All right, GME's definitely going. All right, we got to get our background music. Whoa, sorry. I probably just blew out your ears. We got to set the mood, set a little ambiance. A little ambiance here. What is today? 14. Come on. Come on. I'm waiting for, I think, some other pieces of my code should run at 9:40. I know they should run at 9:40, so we'll see how that goes. Folks, if you're just joining in right now, we are giving away $250 today. If you want to be able to enter, we're going to pick one competitor from YouTube, one competitor from Rumble, 3 competitors from locals. So you're going to have 3 different opportunities to potentially be picked to compete. So there's nothing at the moment in time that you could do for YouTube or Rumble. That's going to happen in real time based on the chat, but you can already enter for your position on locals. If you want to enter for your position on locals, it is free. It is pinned to the top of chat. It is a free way to enter, and for it to be free, you just have to make sure Goonie is applied. If you apply the code Goonie, you will get in for free. And then from there, you're going to have access to everything going on in the community center. You'll be an official Goonie member. If you like it, great, stick around. If it's not for you, I understand, just cancel your account. But you can enter, you can get this one set up now. And yes, there will be one competitor from YouTube, one competitor from Rumble. We're going to be doing that at 10:30. So you have just under an hour to figure it out. Thus far this morning, the SPY is getting aggressive. The Qs are getting aggressive, or excuse me, GME is getting aggressive. Whoa, what am I doing? Why am I slow to the draw here? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Vertical.
Order submitted.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Hang on, why can't I see it? How are we doing? Down. That's a lot of red. I don't like that at first. What accounts are these? 182. Not a fan of all that red. At all. Not a fan of the red and the worsening red as well. Brother? Brother? You coming back? Hello? I definitely need... I've been thinking about this for a while. I like my entry signal, the logic of it, but I think it needs to be an additional check that it's not the extreme of the intraday session. It's a momentum following methodology, and that's fine and dandy and great and everything, but I don't like when it enters at the extremes of the day. The extremes of the day, it's just so... Well, I was even talking about this yesterday, of even like a slight delay, I feel like would be massively beneficial to it. I really, really do. Man, GME's holding 30. GME options are continuing to go. What is it? It's calls, longer dated calls, not necessarily for today, That's the green line is today's, but longer dated calls are definitely picking up. Oh, I think a delay mechanism, either a delay mechanism would be good, or, and hear me out, a delay mechanism, or literally just wait for, like, do some sort of magnitude of a pullback. Like, you set a flag of, like, great, we want to enter, and then just don't chase. So you either have to delay, you have to wait for a drawback, or you could just have a simple make sure you're not at the intraday high. I feel like going long at the intraday high, going short at the intraday low, it works and works and works until it doesn't. Works and works and works until it doesn't. It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. All right, is this gonna push? I'm still in it. Ooh, they're red. It's not even fun to look at how red these are right now. So this, my nightmare's coming true. My big concern was if these trades were gonna fire, but not be out of their position by the consumer sentiment report time. That was my big concern. Big concern is, what do I do if the trade is still live with that 10 a.m. announcement? Because at that point, you're flipping a coin. Flipping a freaking coin. And now the delta's slowing down. The orange line, okay. The green line's probably important for GME just because it expires today. And is there like zero DTE, like YOLO-ness? Is there huge degeneracy? But the orange line is just... So how this works is the white line is the price of GME. The two blue lines are puts. So if that's going up, that means puts are closed. And if it's going down, that means puts are being opened. And then the orange and the green line are calls. So if that's going up, that means calls are being opened. And if that's going down, that means calls are being closed. So when you see puts going flat, that just means no one's really touching puts right now. And then when you see the green line going up, that's calls for today, for like they expire today. And then the orange one is all calls put together. So it's today's, next Friday's, next Friday's, next Friday's, next Friday's. It's the delta movement of all calls. And then same here, the light blue is puts for today and the dark blue is all puts put together, just to kind of explain what you're seeing on the screen at the moment. And GME, man. It's crazy to see the psychology of the market and how they're reacting to this, because I mean, Roaring Kitty massively changed his position. Massive. Come on. All right, please lock this in before this 10 a.m. So right now, 2 are in green. The 5 that I originally had, 3 of them went into the red because of the second trade. So I guess I'm happy that I like diversified in a certain sense. But these were all red, and I'd very much prefer that they go green. It would make my life a lot easier right now. Are you saying you were thinking GME would be dropping? Well, it did drop. We watched it drop over the past week, and it was dropping because he was selling.
Target.
There we go.
Filled.
And just like that, we go green. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Just like that, we go green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So basically, generally I try to go 20 for 20. Today I got 16. So that means obviously I didn't get it on 4. So I don't know. Obviously I want to go for perfection, but you're not going to get it. Obviously, sometimes you just have to be disciplined and take what the market gives you. So quick little lock in there across the board. I like it. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okey dokes. Okey dokes. He sold his calls and bought a shitload of shares. Yeah, but he could have bought 12 million. He didn't do his max amount. He now has not. So the 120,000 calls represented 12 million shares. He already had 5, and now he's ahead by 4. So he actually only converted 1/3 of his total position into shares. 1/3. So it's not, right now he could have had 17 million shares, but he didn't. Like I said, he started with 5, he now has 9, a net gain of 4, but the calls represented 12 million. So he only took 1/3 of what he could. So a lot of people, for whatever reason, he took the money. He definitely did. He did not convert at all. He definitely pocketed some cash. Now, might he choose to use this cash somewhere? Oh, that's totally possible. He might just be waiting and buy more stock, buy more calls. Like, I don't know how he's going to use I'm just saying, in terms of if you were to freeze the market in all positions at market close yesterday, that's where he was currently standing. Did he sell all calls? He dropped all calls. Some were sold, some were exercised. Based on the ratio that I just said. He needed some cash for the lawyers and ding-dongs, maybe. What was that intentional to match RC? I don't know, but also does it matter? I saw people talking about that. It's like, oh, he matched what Ryan Cohen used to have. I was like, all right. I don't know. If anything, to me, that sounds like a thing to, I don't know, just rile up people to try to look into like the symbolism in the movement, but whatever. We just know how much he has. If he had a little bit more, a little bit less, would that change anything? Once again, I think we're just seeing a master class in psychology, in crowd psychology, and that's what he's a master of. Obviously, he knows about the market. Obviously, he knows about derivative products. Like, I'm in no way bashing his financial knowledge, but where he's truly an expert is crowd psychology. I mean, even look at this. Look at how many people are talking about him right now. And what does this number mean? That number mean? That's exactly what he wants. He is an expert, a true expert of human psychology. Do you think that the 10 a.m. report is going to have a big impact? What do you define as big? Are we going to see like a movement? Of course we are. I don't know what you define as a big impact, though. What are my positions? What are my positions? I should screenshot this. All right, I'm sending this into the Discord right now, so you guys have my trade. Downloads. Okay, cool. Downloads. Good. Where are you guys? Where's my Discord? Thick trades. Okay. All right, I just put my trade in. Targeting it. SPY popped flat since 940. At this point at 951, I would think we're going to be in a holding pattern until this 10 a.m. consumer sentiment report. Once again, in how much time? Sorry, I shouldn't. 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, folks, just under 10 minutes. The options market was bullish, dropped, then popped again. It's just also waiting. If you want to see GME, this is GME's. We could put it back to the cumulative view. Options are clearly bullish on GME. Just ever since market, well, you could argue ever since 2 to 3 minutes into the market, it's just been up and up and up. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. If this green line continues to spike throughout the day, that's just crazy. That's true craziness. It'd be fun to see if that happens. In terms of price for today, like what would have the biggest impact on price, it would be this green line exploding. If the green line explodes, I think the price would very rapidly and aggressively follow. I really, really do. FFIE is trash. It's a pump and dump penny stock. You can make a lot of money if you're trading pump and dump penny stocks, but just know what you're trading. Very much know what you are trading. Know the domain that you're competing in, because most of those stocks end up right back where they started, in the trash can. But you can, if you're an active quick trader, you can make money to the upside, and you could probably make even more money to the downside. So many of them end up in like just like I said, the bottom of the trash can. Do you think TLT will keep pumping next week? I mean, short time frame predictions like that are literally useless, like truly useless. It has a lot more to do with randomness. Remember, in the short term, the game to win money is not prediction, it's reaction. Long term is where you start to predict. If you're trying to predict today, if you're trying to predict this week, if you're trying to predict this month, it's just a matter of time before you like lose and lose bad. Prediction in the short term is a fool's errand. To win in the short term, it's just all about risk, reward, and accuracy. It's all about your profit factor. It's all about reaction. The shorter your time frame, the more important reacting is rather than prediction. The longer your time frame, prediction is more important. So my prediction for TLT next week, no fucking clue. Also don't care. I see that TLT is breaking out, so I would react to the breakout. TLT, where it broke out, got smacked, and then held the breakout right here. So I'd be reacting to that, which is a huge difference. Breakout, smacked, found itself, bounce, holding the breakout. So I have no point in predicting next week. I'm just saying, oh, the breakout is holding. Does your cat have a Discord? Yeah, Piper actually has 2 Discords. 2. Can we get G option date on SMCI? I could throw it up quick just to see what's happening. Intraday. SMCI. Getting hit, but recovering. Got hit until 9:41. People were selling calls, buying puts, and then it bottomed out around 9:45, and now the options market's turning right back around with it. Kind of interesting to see. The old Kansas City shuffle they're playing off on that one. All right, let's go back to GME. GME is now flat. It's been flat since 9:47, so popped, now flat, price drifting a little down on the fact that the faucet got turned off. There's a big call wall at 30. So the longer GME holds above 30, great. The longer it holds above 32, even better. I think the longer we're above those 2 key levels in my book, at least the way I view the market, just my own opinion, I think it increases the chances of tagging 38. That would be like the next level that I would care about. Slowly but surely, the Qs are just grinding higher and higher and higher. And the options market on the Qs is actually flat. Kind of interesting that the Qs price is going up, but options are not really reacting. There was a big pop in options this morning for longer dated stuff, and then it just kind of turned off. But if I had to throw out a guess there, I think the guess is truly everyone's just waiting for this 10 a.m. result. The 10 a.m. Consumer Sentiment Report. Yeah, GME just drifting, coins turning it around. What do we have? Bitcoin trading at 67, kind of getting hit. Coins coming around. Nvidia's pumping. Nvidia's pump definitely helping with the Qs here. Tesla actually dropped from 185, kind of going a little flat right now. Apple was good, losing a bit of traction. Netflix having a good day. Meta having a great day. Amazon tried to get back into the green territory and got smacked. DJT trying to recover. RUM just going sideways. Microsoft having a decent day. AMC just looking like GME. Bonds did kind of push this morning, giving a little bit of it back. Texas Roadhouse just flat. Boeing not really going anywhere. How's the dollar looking right now? The dollar did puke, but now bouncing. How is the 10-year yield looking? Dropping. Okay. How is commodities? Gold puked and then bounced. Oil did the same thing, puked and then bounced. So everything clearly across the board, we have some movers, but it does truly look as if, here, let's throw up Tesla. Just, I know there's some interest in Tesla today. We're in a holding pattern. I don't think the real show, the real market action goes until we get this 10 a.m. report, and then even potentially waiting for some of these Fed speakers. But what I'm interested in is this. And just so you guys know, the line in the sand, we're getting this in 3 minutes if this page ever loads. All right, it's not on this one. Is it on this website? Yeah. I just want to see what the line in the sand is. Consumer sentiment expectation 71.5. Last time around it was 69.1. So last time the reading came in at 69.1, but the estimate this time is 71.5. And just so you know, this is the preliminary consumer sentiment report. Once again, coming in at 71.5. That is the line in the sand. And then this afternoon, 2 different Fed speakers before the market closes. So 71.5, keep that in mind. That's what's going to cause the jolt in a couple minutes here. GME losing some way, but options are holding. I wouldn't be too worried about this price movement as long as options are holding up. A little bit different if price is going down and options are going down. And literally, as I said, that they just started to drift a little, but patience. Patience, patience, patience. I don't think anything can reasonably be done at this moment until we get that 10 a.m. report. I don't think anything can reasonably be done. No way, no how. Matt, do you think about us good price GME water now? What does that mean? Matt, do you think about us good price GME water now? Hank, what the fuck? Matt, do you think about us good price GME water now? You're high, dude. You're high, you're drunk. I don't know what that means. I could get yeah, I'm behind it for sure. I'm definitely behind it. Definitely. Whatever he's trying to say, I support it. I'm just a little confused on what he's trying to say. All right. All right. I don't need... Oh, I do need that. You know what I need this for? I need this to be yellow so I don't confuse it with other stuff. I'm going to add alert here to know if we got to yesterday's close. Kind of targeting this level, but it's going to be hyper dependent on the success or failure of this consumer sentiment report. I think if the consumer sentiment report is good, we quickly pop up back into this EMA cloud. And then with a little bit of grinding, I think I could get up to here, but we'll see. As of now, the 5-minute is bullish. The 10-minute was bearish, but it's trying to convert. The 30-minute is bearish, but it is testing. In terms of the tech sector, bullish. 10-minute switching bullish. 30-minute was testing and now clearly going bullish. But does any of it matter? I don't know. We're about to find out. All right. 45 seconds. 45 seconds. The number comes. All right. Let me pause that for a second. Let's get up our boy Rick Santilli. Rick should give it to us in a very straightforward manner. That's what we trust in Rick to do. Here's the S&P 500. Oh, brother. 20 seconds.
Friday morning. Welcome to another hour of Squawk on the Street. I'm Sarah Eisen with Carl Quintanilla and
We're
David
pumping.
Faber live, as always,
It got released early, brother. Someone fucking knew. Someone knew. Look at that. Pump 20 seconds early. Someone knew. Dude, this is going to pop. This is going to pop.
All week long. It's down 200 or so points
No,
right now,
they got it wrong.
For the week. So bit of a
The old
divergence.
razzle
Tech outperforms the
dazzle.
only two
Someone
sectors
tried to
higher
do the
right now.
fake out.
Communication services. That's thanks
What
to
just
Alphabet and some
happened?
of the media names as well. Netflix is up.
Dude, what was
Technology
this
also
malarkey?
having another good day. Nvidia's adding another
What is this
percent,
malarkey?
having another good week, but again, the rest of the market in terms of sectors.
Give
are
us
down. So look at
Rick.
Treasuries. The story this
What
week
was
has
this?
been lower Treasury
Did
yields,
someone
and
just
that
get
is
blown
continuing
out, or was
today.
it a
Maybe
trick?
a bit of a flight to safety. Gold's higher today. The dollar's higher today, but in general, the theme of the week has been
What
lower
happened there,
inflation numbers
brother?
in the U.S. That's caused a lot of bond buying. 10-year yield 4.2%.
The old trick, the old razzle dazzle.
With sharply higher yields, it's been a big rally.
Did they just tilt people to go long right at 10 and then dump it on them?
Starting with Adobe. Rallying
Dude,
on the AI
what's the
boom,
number?
Better than expected second quarter results, and then also raising
Dude, we don't. Why are they so slow? If there's a report that's coming out at 10 and your show's starting at 10, you should be like, and to kick today's show off, here's what's going on. Oh, Michigan's inflation expectations came out as well, so not just consumer sentiment. So Michigan's 1-year inflation expectations coming out at 3.3 when the estimate was 3.2. That's a little hot. And then the 5-year. The estimate was 3 and they came in at 3.1. So Michigan, their inflation expectations both on the 1-year and on the 5-year. So the consumer sentiment might have been good, and this might be the thing that's messing it up. I'll retweet it just in case you guys want to read it. But yeah, these Michigan numbers. Whoa, brother. Whoa. Tesla getting hit. GME apparently not. Oh, dude, something's going on with GME. Do you guys see this spike right here? Huge amount of calls being bought. Huge, big amount of longer duration, little bit of today's as well. That's the green line. I'll zoom in so you can see it a little bit more. But calls are being bought. And that's exactly why price spiked. Huge amount of calls. So why does price spike when calls spike like that? Because as soon as the calls are purchased, the call seller, Wolverine, Susquehanna, Citadel, they only come from market makers. They instantly have to hedge. And then they're just going to hedge the position as the market moves. So as it goes higher, they're going to hedge more and more and more, which for them to hedge, they have to buy stock, which ends up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy and pushes and pushes and pushes. Wow. Look at that pop. Look at that, dude. Even the options market on the SPY got fooled. Look at this. Right how we were seeing it the 30 seconds before, even options popped on that. Then the report came out, dumped, and now it looks like it is still dumping. What a day. But see, it's SPY based. The Qs are not moving that much, interestingly. So is it bonds that got hit? No, bonds are going up. Is it the dollars ripping? The dollar's holding strong. What sector is it? Financial. Okay, so if you want to know why the tech sector is holding and then why the SPY is doing something completely different, you have to start looking at the subsectors. So there's obviously many subsectors to the S&P 500. So the one that's most equivalent to the Qs is the tech sector itself, XLK. So XLK is the tech subsector of the S&P 500. The Qs are similar, but there are some nuanced differences. So XLK is holding. So it's not that. I just showed you financials. XLF was looking good until about 942, started to drift down, and then not looking good now. Energy is XLE, has been down and down and down pretty much all day. Not so good there. Utilities popped up this morning, also quickly giving it back. Industrials vomiting all day. Healthcare vomiting all day. So actually, in fact, the only one that's holding on right now is tech, and even tech's looking a little bit questionable. But pretty much every other major sector right now is vomiting, or it's been vomiting all day. And then because of that Michigan report, not holding the way you would want it to. Not holding the way you would want it to. Oh, wow. Matt, what % do you think Pros would fill the target this week's down? What? Matt, what % do you think price would need to hit before we target this week's downside gap fill? I don't think it, I guess I don't view the market that way, so I don't think I could even possibly start to answer. I don't think it's like, oh, we push to level X before we reverse and get a downside gap fill. I just, that's not how I view the market at all. Matt misses all the most enlightened high IQ chat here. Oh, wow. Hang on. This might be it. Let's see. I'm looking at the SPY right here, S&P 500. So we dipped hard until about 10:03. Let's see if this is the low. If this is the low in options, there's a decent shot. It's also the low in price on the day. So I wouldn't be chasing this to the downside. I would only start chasing it to the downside if I see options vomit again. Just to clarify, I would not be you saw the one trade I had this morning. Even though it worked out, it was, you could argue, somewhat suspect, and I got lucky that there was that nice follow through. But generally, tracing at the extreme, you don't want to be a chaser. You don't want to be a chaser. Generally, even if you want to trade the breakout or the breakdown, I find it to be very, very helpful to just wait, to take a breath, to take a beat, and wait to see, like, okay, let's say you have a breakout of the morning. Like, maybe I could explain this a little bit better on a minute chart. Okay, so here's the S&P 500. Here's a little bit of food. What's the intraday high? Here's the intraday high. Here's the intraday low that we just broke below, and obviously you could use whatever time frame you want. So on the moment of breaking down right here, you have to ask yourself, as soon as we broke down from this low, is it reasonable to short? Yeah, you might have got lucky. If all of a sudden you shorted and it just kept vomiting, yeah, you would have been good. But there's also a lot of times that That might work for you, but also think about the instances that it's a fake out, a quick little liquidity sweep, like, oh, fresh low, and then they bounce it. Okay, that could be problematic. So then how do you manage the risk to reward in that type of a situation? Well, what you do is you just take a breather. So, okay, let's look at the cons of it first. If you're a person who's like, you know what, I'm going to wait and I'm going to be patient, and if it breaks down and vomits, that means you're not getting in because you're being patient, and no, you missed it. You still shouldn't chase it, but that's all right. There's always opportunity in the market, and you don't have to trade every single day. There's a lot of, I don't know, we're all degenerates, so there's like a psychological desire to trade every day. If you're watching the market, you feel like you should be making money. But if you shorted this breakdown, you're now already instantaneously pissed off. You shorted it at the low of the day and it's bouncing. You should be much more focused on how things can go wrong rather than how they can go right. So the reasoning of shorting here, let's say you didn't know the next bar. So this is, in my opinion, the best way to teach about the markets, not knowing the next bar. Because whenever you watch videos or listen to people, they have the full set of information. And I guarantee you could find a video of if it broke down right here and if it kept going, you'd find someone who seems like, yeah, no, it broke down. Of course you should short. And they're not acknowledging that you just don't know the next bar. So the question is, if you only have this information that's on the screen right now, you have a fresh low of the day, should you short there? I would contest that the answer is a big fat fucking no. No, you should not. If it does vomit and you miss the short, let's say you were already bearish, you'd say, oh, I missed it. That's okay. It's okay to miss a trade. If you miss a trade, it inherently means you didn't lose anything. And I think a lot of people, myself included, you're wired to think, but like, I also didn't make anything. I should have been in it because I could have made money. No. Your first question always should just be, what is the downside? What's the risk? And the risk here is you short. So let's just say you're short at 5,411 SPX. And then, okay, it's dancing there. You're nervous. And then right away it popped. And once again, I don't know the next bar. The next bar could be a huge, huge dump. The next bar could also be a huge rip, and then you're blown out. So the way to do this is when you get an extreme movement, when you're breaking out, when you're breaking down, you wait a minute. You take a breather. You wait. And if you miss it, if it does just keep going, that's okay. You just say to yourself, yeah, I missed it. No big deal. But something like this, okay, now if it does keep going, well, instead of having your risk point like all the way up here from the vomit, well, now if you're shorting on this breakdown, you have risk that is much more in control. Something that you can truly actually manage, because if you're wrong on it here and it bounces out, oh, okay, like you had risk and you took a paper cut and then you could just live with your life. So patience. Don't chase the ripper of a breakout or the, I guess, like sad fact of these breakdowns, because there's, I would say, I don't know the percentage, I would say it's a higher percentage chance of not smooth breakouts and breakdowns. Once again, this is anecdotal, and I hate speaking about anecdotal things because we all have our own biases. So it's easier just to exactly have the facts. But I would bet a lot of money that more often than not, it is more likely when you get to these key levels for there to be chop rather than nice, smooth moves. I really, really believe that. And I'm seeing people saying GME is getting smacked. Yeah, it is getting smacked. The SPY is getting smacked. I still think it recovers. I'm going to be watching the option. See, I don't think we could actually have a real breakdown on the SPY unless price goes down. Or excuse me, for the price to really go down, I think we would have to see faltering in options, and options are still just bottoming out right here. The options market is not being bullish or bearish right now. It's being flat. We can see that with the green and the purple lines. So I would just wait. Patience. More often than not in trading, you're actually doing nothing. And I think there's this weird thing that like in normal life, like if you're working, you're doing something that's good. And trading is kind of the opposite, because most of your work is literally nothing. You're sitting there on your hands doing nothing with what? Monk-like discipline. It's so weird. Pretty much every job in the world, you should be working and doing something. A lot of the times in trading, your work, you're doing something, is just sitting there saying, oh, wow, it's still unclear. It's still not getting an entry signal. It's still not worth the current risk to reward. And that's what I would argue. You could even like, but Matt, you're biased. You already said you're playing it to the upside. Yeah. So even take that into account. Maybe I don't know, mentally contorting it in my own mind to be like, okay, actually nothing's really happening right now. So I might be bringing my own bias to it. And one very, very quick way to take your biases out of your own trading is to trade on what I would refer to as a mechanical system, where you know like you can manually enter your trades, get in, get out, but the exact entry and the exact exit is already predefined. You're just like almost a monkey just saying, okay, I know I'm supposed to buy now. Oh, okay, I know I'm supposed to sell now. So that's probably one of the easiest ways to take your emotions out of it, is having predefined entry signals and predefined exit signals, and then you just stick to it. You just stick to it. And actually right now I see the SPY going, our options dipping. They're dipping a little bit. Sometimes, okay, right there. Sometimes they're at extreme. There could be up to a 10-second lag with this, because it just gives us the data every 10 seconds. So if you just look, obviously that's the extreme nature of it. I think it's 10, maybe it's 5. I guess I should double check. I think it updates every 10 seconds. It might be, it is every 10. So it could be a little bit off. The SPY losing it, and actually tech is losing it a bit too right now. What kind of day is it going to be? Nvidia only goes up. It kind of does, dude. It just doesn't stop. I wonder how much money Pelosi is making today alone. As the market is faltering, dude, Pelosi's still making a bag and a half. All right, where are we at? The 5-minute breaking down, the 10-minute breaking down, the 30-minute breaking down. The 5-minute strong there. Interesting. The 30-minute, what time is this? This is so we're still in the tech is holding on. Tech is refusing to break down. Why is that? Why is tech not breaking down? So bonds are coming down a little bit. You have the dollar that is sideways. Doesn't really know what it wants to do. What is this? What in the world what screen did I just open? GME definitely losing its footing. Yeah. See how price is dipping as calls are getting sold. Puts are still flat. People aren't really touching puts on GME, but calls are definitely getting sold since 10. Definitely getting sold. I don't know, man. Call me crazy, but I still think the bulls have a chance here. Look at bonds. Bonds are holding. I guess it comes back to options. Oh, I didn't realize that SPX was near a key area as well. Obviously, 5,400 will just be a key psychological level. Michigan, man. Michigan giving us their freaking numbers. All right. Time for the crowd input. Folks, you think today's bearish day and we continue to vomit? Or do you think we're going to have that classic, like, I don't know, it seems like we see a lot of reversals between like 10:30 and 11:30 where we bottom out there and then it just grinds all day. What are you guys thinking? Bearish and we vomit for the rest of the day, potentially maybe going for this downside gap fill or something like that. If I were to bring up right here, maybe, I mean, we're flirting where we bounced for the past 2 days, or I should say the low for the past 2 days. You think we break down below these and we're going all the way to 537 potential? Or do you think, as we saw, these truly just behave as support, because support, and we bounce off of it? Bearish, taking gains from the week. Bearish, more vomit, but somehow reverse in the end of the day green. It'll go to the right. I do think grind and break even. Reversal midday and bearish. Bounce before close. It's a Friday. 6-figure dividends. Honestly, man, no one wants to talk about AMC. Unfortunately, they just have a shit leadership team. It's hard to be excited about a stock and support a stock when the leadership team is horrible. I like movies. I don't want movie theaters to go anywhere. I really enjoy going to the movies. I watch a ton of movies. It has nothing to do with like the sector as a whole. I want the sector to survive, but like the dude running the company is a fucking creep. Like an actual legit creep, man. All right. Is this it? Is this the old bounce of Rooney? Is this the low of the day? This right here at 1013. We bouncing out of this? We bouncing out of this? Should I give it a whirl? Do I want to try? Do I want to be the guy trying to catch a falling knife? Dude, coin is destroying me. Trades by options. All right, I'll give it a whirl. Obviously, that would be my risk point. If you're in the game of catching a falling knife, generally you get stabbed quite a bit, so you have to be careful about that. But sometimes you could have minimal risk. So you're going to, I don't know, I guess a knife in the hand is a lot less painful from a short distance than from a high distance. And I just went long on some calls, a little bit of a degenerate Friday trade. I'm happy to share it with all of you guys because it is fully degenerate. So here's what I'm doing. In no way do I suggest people doing it. It's dangerous. There's probably more odds that I get stomped out than not. But I got 542 calls for today, June 14th. I'm in at 49 cents, and it looks like they're currently trading at 52. And obviously, you see my risk. I was waiting, trying to be patient, saw the recovery. But even if you did that at 10:06, you got stomped out. You're going to get stomped out. Like, the biggest thing I see with active traders, once again, I'm not talking about investors, is not respecting your risk. A lot of people don't have risk, and then there's even more people who, they're like, oh, yeah, this is my risk point, and then it hits a risk point, and then they're like, I'm going to give it a little bit more. You're just breaking your plan. I don't know if it's going to bounce. All I can tell you is I like the risk to reward. I like that I got in here at roughly 540.50. If it breaks down, I take the loss. So, okay, there's like the risk to it. But then the reward is pushing to a new intraday high, which, remember, my initial thesis on the day was that we pushed to yesterday's close all the way up here. So the reward is clearly greater than the risk. So yes, if you looked at this in the law of large numbers, you're going to take losses. But my theory on it is, in the long term, taking the trade over and over again, the reward will pay for those losses and then some. So you should never think of this as like, oh, all in on one play. Like, you need that play to work. No. Because there's no such thing as 100% chance. You're looking at it as you have a war chest. Think about it like poker. You don't use all of your chips like every single hand. That would be crazy. I guess sometimes you go all in, so maybe this isn't the best metaphor. But you're looking to survive variance. So the way, blackjack, people who count cards, people who play poker, you know that even with the best setups, you still have to consider variance. So with the best setups, you can still lose. With the worst setups, you can still win. So you're looking for, how does the system, how does the methodology perform over the long term? So on this particular play, do I like the play? Yes, hence why I put money into the play. But on this individual one, do I know how it plays out? No. All I know is I have favorable risk to reward. I hope I have favorable accuracy. I hope the market goes my way. I think that I'm being smart about it. I see bonds popping. I guess I should look a little. Options were looking good until all of a sudden I caught it basically halfway up through this run up. Not liking how much this peaked and then already came right back down. I would prefer that options just keep ripping. I guess if they're continually dipping, I might even cut the play even earlier. I was just, hey, maybe this is the low of the day. And if I'm wrong, I don't have that far to fall. And if I'm right, the upside is quite a bit more. But Michigan fucking me over, those Michigan numbers. And actually, breaking above this would be interesting. All right. Well, we're about to. All right. I'll just move this up so it's not literally. Yeah. All right. I was already too slow to do this. Are we still pushing here? I was adding to my initial position to try to lower my average just so I could get to break even a little bit faster. How's this play working? The Degen play of the day. Nice. Up about $1,000. 986. Up about $1,000. All right. The Q's hit a new intraday high. I like that. And I would love for the SPY to get back up. Really, I would love for it to 541.50. Clearly, we ran into some resistance there. I would love to see 542. But obviously, this is all pretty much thanks to the turnaround in tech, which seems to be pushing nicely. Will it continue? Your guess is as good as mine. As good as mine. What I'll be watching like a hawk is options. If the options keep going, I think I have a chance to live, a chance to survive if options keep going. If they stop right here and start to turn, there is a good chance that I'm absolutely forked, as they would say in the biz. The 5-minute, potentially a fake out breakdown. This is on the S&P 500 futures market. We have a bit of a green movement, broke down after the Michigan numbers, quickly recovered. I like that it's above the cloud. The 10-minute is trying to get above the cloud. This is probably a big battle. And then the biggest battle is the 30-minute. The 30-minute reacting to this 48 EMA ran right up into it, got smacked hard. So taking that out would obviously be a big win. Tech strongly recovering on the 5, the 10, and on the 30. So the concern is the rest of the market, not really tech. So, I mean, look at things like NVIDIA. They're just moving right now. Oh, what do we have going on? Okay, the giveaway. We're doing the Payday giveaway in like 5-10 minutes. Sign up. It's pinned to the top of chat. You can sign up for free. If you click on that link, it's going to bring you to this page. For it to be free, all you have to do is make sure that promo code GOONIE is in. GOONIE will get you into Locals as a premium member for free. It'll last for a month. If you want to stick around and watch the lectures, be in the Discord, use everything that you get access to, great, awesome, do it. If it's not quite your speed, okay, cancel it. Just sign up, be in the competition, then you could always cancel it. So really, the first month will be free. Check it out. Use it. Use everything you possibly can in the first month. And then at the end of the month, decide if you want. And if it's not for you, don't forget to cancel your account. When you are signed up, it's going to bring you to this homepage. And the very first pinned message is the giveaway. All I need you to do is comment a way for me to reach out to you if you're the winner. It's honestly whatever. Give me your Twitter. Give me your Instagram. Give me your email. Just a way where I could reach out to you if you are the winner. That's all I need from you. It's going to be the very first pinned comment as soon as you sign up in here, right here. It looks like 85 of you have already successfully figured it out. Giving away $250. Oh, that's what the giveaway is for. It's not just a Payday Friday. Specifically, we're giving away $250, and it's going to be going down in like 10 minutes. Why are you dressed like a monk? Because I am embodying the concept of being as disciplined as a monk in my trading. Monk-like trading. Monk-like discipline. You can't just talk it. You can't just talk the talk in this world. Sometimes you got to walk the walk, dude. 250K? I wish. One of these days, if I hit it big, we'll do one of those, but we'd have to hit it considerably large. Or we would have to just talk a sponsor into giving away the money. One of those two would have to occur. One of those two. Uh-oh. It's coming undone a little bit. Uh-oh. Come on, options. Just keep going. Just keep going. I don't want to see the next 10-second update be a bad one. Where are we at? 9. Uh-oh. Little bit of a dip. Come on. No. Don't. What I'm hoping doesn't happen is putting in a lower high and then it just crushes down to the intraday low. I want to see really, obviously, I just want a higher low. So like, even if this breaks down a little bit, okay, that's fine. That's manageable. But a quick bounce out of it just so we have like that classic inverse shoulder, head, shoulder. What's leading the world higher right now? Well, it was tech until that's getting hit at the moment. But bonds, I'm watching bonds. TLT, this is the 20-year bond. There's many bonds you could be paying attention to. But bonds aren't really faltering. And the dollar's coming down. So in more of a nerdy macro type of thing, okay, I'm liking the trend of a weak dollar, stronger bonds. But obviously, what rules the roost is actually price. That's what people are going to be reacting to. That's what people care about. For those of you curious about GME, just so you know, options have they popped up until 10:02 and then sold off till 10:15, and from 10:15 till now they've been flat. There's a little bit of an updrift, but as you can see visually, it's just pretty much flat. For those of you curious about the SPY, we popped, we drifted down. The 10 a.m. report came out and we got hit hard. And then around 10:13, it bottomed, and now it's starting to push slowly but surely. Matt is the Dalai Lama of degenerate gambling. Hey, I'll take on that title. Why not? Seems like a fun title. Seems like a fun title. Okay. Okity dokities. Come on, just break the way I need it to. Break the way we want you to. Add an alert there. We're going to add an alert here, breaking out of the current 30-minute bar. I'm just setting this up for the next bar because I'm worried that the movement might be happening while we're picking a winner, you know? Okay, let's go. Let's rip. Let's do things. Let's have some fun. What is this? Is Jamie going back up? Are you in real time? No. Are you asking my prediction? Because my prediction would be I have no idea. A lot of people try to, like, I guess just talking about this. I don't know if you just joined. Predicting in the short term it's silly. You can't do it. There's too much. There's so many variables. Think about the entire market and the millions and millions of decisions that are being considered by the collective participants within the market. There's so many variables that it's effectively random. The short-term movement in the short term is basically random. There's mathematically, there's not going to be much more of a difference. So to try to predict what's the next minute bar, what's the next 10-minute bar, where are we going today? You just don't know. You just don't know. And that's why it's a game of reaction. React to breakdowns and breakouts, false breakdowns, false breakouts. Are you running into key levels and all of a sudden you see price action stall out? Like, it's a game of reaction, not a game of prediction. And for some reason, I guess the major way that a lot of retail traders are like taught about the market is as if there's like a holy grail and you can somehow predict. You cannot predict. You can know it's all conditional probabilities. Given the current situation, what are the odds of X playing out, Y playing out, Z playing out, and you just live somewhere in that conditional probability. Just about heard. Why are you spamming? Art McCorkle? I'm honestly not going to answer you just because you apparently don't know how to behave. Now, this is the fourth time you've spammed? No, it's the fifth time. Stop. Why do people think spamming will get a streamer to react to it more? If anything, it just makes the streamers mad. Stop spamming. It's crazy. It's crazy that people out there, like grown adults, think if I spam, maybe that will make them want to like talk. No one wants to see bullshit spam. All right, are we putting in that high or low? Are the Qs gonna push 478? Ooh, this is not what I wanted to see. I wanted a much stronger follow through. Chaos, this is the third day in the row market and read my Roman rents is sort of like, God, I'm going to tell my mom. That's not true at all. I read yours every single day, bravo. Every single day, bravo. It's not my fault if you're not paying attention. Come on, Qs, bring us to the promised land. I'm worried. Oh, actually, in real time, this is another great example of why you don't buy breakouts. So this morning when I was using the breakdown example on the SPY of like, oh, okay, we had the intraday and you ended up getting like kind of murked. Another real-time example on the Qs right here. Let me bring up the minute chart of why. I mean, you're going to see this time and time again, but maybe it just like hasn't been articulated in this way. So the intraday high was there, and maybe you were sitting calmly and you're like, okay, we're getting hit. Maybe we're going to recover. So your real opportunities to get in on the initial recovery, and that's what I attempted to do, because if you get in here, you don't have far to fall if you're wrong. You can clearly use the recent dip. You could use maybe a different low or even the intraday low. Like, it's kind of up to you and what you like. But as we went down, 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 if you had a bullish thesis, well, an entry here on the recovery, you're seeing some bulls step into the market. And then what you could do is like, okay, if you like it, if you want to put your money where your mouth is, you have defined risk. Way better than getting in on a breakout. Because if you bought here, if you're buying breakouts and shorting breakdowns, you're risking top ticking and bottom ticking. You're risking top ticking and bottom ticking. So if you bought at 1021 on the Qs, if you bought at 1024, if you bought at 1025, you are risking getting in at the high of the day. And if it doesn't follow through, you're screwed. And as of right now, that's literally what we're seeing in the market. So if you still have that thesis and you're like, okay, man, I get that. I shouldn't be buying at the height of the day because it just makes my risk and my reward a little bit out of whack. And there's the chance of just psychologically having the worst possible fill on the day. Hey, we've all been there. It does happen. So let's say you're riding, and you're not in it and you're watching and you're like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, same as before. On the SPY, if it breaks down and it keeps falling, you just missed the trade. It's okay. You're going to miss trades. If you miss a trade, at least you didn't lose money. So the other option is that it goes out, comes back down to the breakout level, which would look something a little bit closer to this. Looks a little bit like that. And then if it comes down and tests, what you could do is whatever, like, let's say undershoots it a little bit, whatever that new low is, well, that's now your defined risk. That's something you could play off of without blowing out. So one situation is it just rips and you miss it. Okay, whatever. You didn't lose money. You didn't make money. Like, you live to fight. The other one is it's a fake breakout. And, well, it's a breakout, but it retests. That's the bread and butter, because you have defined risk. If you are wrong and it like goes again and the bomb, it's like, okay, you're safe. Or the third option is you were patient. And just like what we're seeing in real time, it actually comes down even harder. And that's what we're seeing. So now you're watching it and you're like, okay, well, I am bullish on tech. Like, how could I play this right now? Let me get rid of this. So here are the two highs. If I were bullish with no position on tech, like if my bias on the day was, yes, I need to be bullish on tech and I missed everything thus far and I'm flat on my position, what I would look for is I'd be watching this and I'm literally just watching to see if it can recapture these EMAs. If this breakdown right here is like a little bit false, and then guess what? I have defined risk right there. So even if it starts to go back up and you're like, okay, cool, I think we recover. You're saying, you're looking at it and you're like looking at this pattern of higher low, great. And you're like, okay, let's see if it continues. And you're playing off of this higher low pattern. Higher lows are important because it means every single time it dips, the bulls are getting more aggressive, as in they're buying at higher and higher levels. So if this pattern continues, you get in on this region. And even if you're wrong, that should always be your first thing, is what do I do if I'm wrong? Well, if you're wrong, you have your risk. You don't have that far to fall. And you could always re-enter if it's, once again, just a fake out and it recovers again. But it's just the classic thing of let your winners ride and cut your losses quickly. You want to be set up where your losses shouldn't just be like on the account of like, oh, am I down or I'm up? You want to obviously position it the size appropriately, and also relative to the market, where you going down is also reasonable to a true breakdown level. There's been many times, and like, let me articulate that maybe a different way. There's been many times where I get oversized and it's going against me, but yet it's not even a real breakdown. So then I'm forced out because I'm scared, because like I see the magnitude of the loss, and yet the market's not even really doing anything. It's still within the realm of trying to figure out like what the hell it wants to do. So what I would be doing right now, once again, I didn't get my entry signal. Like I said, I'd be watching some of these EMAs, what's going on, what's not going on. Are we making a fresh low? At this point, I would now be watching this low. I like to pinpoint the extremes of the day. And I think there's so many times where if you are right here at this level, the golden question, not knowing the next bar, should you be buying or should you be selling? I think personally, you should be doing nothing. I think the next best option is actually to be buying, because then if it dips a little bit more, that's your cut point, so you have minimal risk. I think the worst thing you should be doing if it breaks this right here is creating a short position. Where you should have been creating the short position was up here on the potential of a false breakout, which it ended up being. If you only had this information right here, these, like if we were just trading at 1026, as it starts to break down right here, you don't know the next bar, but you know that you have risk, like defined risk. So you could be like, you know what? I'm just going to take a short. I think this might be bullshit. I'm just going to risk 478.27. And if it ended up popping on you, okay, you cut it when it breaks. And this one ended up working out for you. My entire point is you never know the next bar. Ever, 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 ever. All you can do is control your risk. So when you're getting into any position, just look for minimal risk, high reward setups. And time again, if you have the discipline to stick to it, you're going to be good. So even right here, okay, this might be like a good real-time example. I don't know the next bar. We're doing this as a live stream. Would I be shorting this? Absolutely no. Absolutely no, because as we saw a fake out breakout, this could easily be a fake out breakdown. And then the argument is going to be like, but what if it vomits from here? Whatever. You missed the trade. You should have been in the short earlier anyway. This is not a shortable opportunity. It's shortable if it bounces, has a lower high, and then starts to break down, because whatever this peak would be, that's your risk point. If you were to short right now, what are you risking? The intraday high? It's just simply too far away. Your question should always be, if it goes wrong, because a lot of your trades are going to go awry, how bad is wrong? How quickly can it like just blow up in your face? And right now, would I be shorting this? No. I bet there are strategies out there that maybe with other criteria, with other filters, whatever, this indicator, that type of a thing. Yeah, maybe it works and you could be net profitable. But especially if you're new, or maybe if you're not profitable yourself and you're just trying to look for more of like a well-defined way of like, okay, don't chase. Like, that's it. I guess like my whole pitch to everyone is don't freaking chase, because you see shit like this all the time. If you were short right on this breakdown, you were feeling good, and then wow, it bounced all the way back up. Now, if you are short, you might get lucky. It might bounce back up and get smacked, but then you're also inherently risking, what if it just rips and you get fully blown out? So you do not want to chase. That's the TLDR of this particular rant. Do not chase. And with that, sorry, now I went over. We're kind of past the giveaway time. So let's start with the giveaway. Let's get rocking on this particular giveaway, folks. Rocking. Okay, so we're going to pick a winner from YouTube to compete. We're going to pick a winner from Rumble to compete. And we're going to pick 3 people from locals to compete. So there's going to be 5 competitors. 1 from YouTube, 1 from Rumble, 3 from locals. I'll pick YouTube first, then Rumble, then locals. So if you have not put your name into locals yet, you're going to have time to do it. It is pinned to the top of chat. It is in the description of the video. You will be signing up. The homepage is going to look like this. It will be free. This is a free thing. If you put in the code Goonie, you'll have premium access for an entire month. I implore you to use it. Join the Discord, read the newsletter, watch all the lectures. And if you like it, great, stick around. If it's not for you, cancel your membership within a month, and it didn't cost you anything anyway. When you are signed up, it's going to bring you, if you just go to the official homepage, it's the top pinned comment. The top pinned comment, Payday Friday, $250 giveaway. I just need a way to reach out to you if you happen to be the winner. So that all you have to do to enter on this one, and I'm going to be picking 3 people from here, is just get your name in there. So while I'm giving you guys a little bit of time to do that, the first things first is, hang on, let me just get this ready. So we're going to be doing the YouTube one first, and I'll let you guys know how this works. Where's the giveaways? Here's the giveaways. Okay, so you guys can see chatted. You guys are all chatting. As you guys continue to talk, you're going to see that your name will be considered. So if you guys all just spam something, I generally don't allow you guys to spam, but just spam something real quick. And you'll see how your name is popping up. All right, the moms were allowed to win this one as well. Basically, anyone's allowed to win. Just spam anything, and you're going to see your name on the list. So these are the names of people that this integration is now looking at. And what I'm going to do is pick a random number. It's a random number giveaway from 0 to 100. The first person who comments the right number will be the winner. So for example, this is just a random example. If I hit roll it and the random number ends up being 1, the first person to hit 1 it's looking at this list of comments right now from all these people. So the first person to comment the right number after I hit the button will be the winner, and I'll let you know where I'm starting it. Obviously, I have to take it off screen, so there's no cheating. All right, I am hitting the button in 3, 2, 1. The number's up. I can see the number. You guys can't see the number. Comment away. It's between 0 and 100. It's between 0 and 100. The first person to comment, no one's commented it yet. No one's, we got it. We got it. The answer was 54. Ismail, can you please comment your Twitter handle or your Instagram handle or something just so we could reach out to you? Get it to a mod. Just tag Chaos and Roswell. Ismail, if you're watching right now, which you are because you literally just typed in 54 and you got it, comment, just tag at Chaos and Roswell in YouTube chat right now and give them your contact information just so you're the winner. We have a way to reach out to you. But okay, that's our first competitor. Let me write that down. YouTube Ismail. Ismail, I need you to comment your stuff, tag him or do something. All right, cool. We did that. So that's the first one. The next one is going to be Rumble Chat. Rumble Chat. All right. Random number generator. We're going to do between 1 and 22. All right. So it's going to be literally the second comment that I see when I bring this up. Okay. I saw crap face, then Cole's Towing. Cole's Towing was the second comment that I saw. Cole's Towing was the second comment I saw as soon as I brought it up. Cole's Towing. Cole's, once again, get your contact information to one of the mods. Tag, Chaos is going to be there as well. Cole's Towing, right there. Cole's, we just need a way to contact you if you are the winner. All right. Now, all right, let me put this back over here. Had to do that one a little bit quick. You guys seeing how this is playing out in real time of why you don't fucking play these breakdowns and breakouts? Because you get fucked. You got fucked on the breakout. You got fucked on the breakdown. Don't play breakouts and breakdowns. You can play them, but wait for a confirmation. If anything, I would say wait for like the delay of it. So should you play this breakout? No, you should wait for the confirmation. So I can't say I'm against breakout or breakout trading, breakout or breakdown. What you should wait for is the confirmation of it. So right here, the breakout not confirmed, don't trade it. Right here, the breakdown not confirmed, don't trade it. You just like for this breakdown to be confirmed, what you would want to see is really a shoulder head shoulder. You would want to see it put in a higher low relative to the recent high, which is actually the intraday high. You would want to see it pump and then all of a sudden show more weakness. That's where you want to get in because that new peak is what you can risk off of. All right. Anyway, where were we? Here's a quick look at the market. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm hiding it from you. Okay. We have some alerts just in case I'm missing stuff as we're doing the giveaway. All right. The final giveaway right here. So how many of you commented? 123 of you commented right there. 123 people entered. So we need to go back to the random number generator. We're going from 1 to 123. Generate 58. So it's going to be the 58th person. 31 and 49. All right. So the entry 31, 49, and 58. Let's find out who that is. I'm going obviously in reverse order. Per page, there's 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Just to show you that there's 25 per I guess, page. So that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Natalie, congrats. You're going to be one of the competitors. And then we could go all the way to the bottom because we know 2020, the next one was 49. So this is 50, which makes Tim is number 49. And then the final one is 58. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Dilo, whatever name that is. Okay, so we have our competitors. Ismail from YouTube, Cole's Towing from Rumble, Natalie, Tim, and Dillo, whatever it is. Dildo, whatever. Is it a weird way to write dildo? I don't know what you're doing with your name, but I think it's Dillo, whatever it is. But those are our competitors. Those are our 5 competitors, which means we are almost ready to rumble. We are almost, bonds are starting to fall. How are options looking right now? Options are picking back. GME got hit, but no, now it's just flat. Okay, so we did that. We have all the competitors. You guys signed up. You figured it out. Pinned to the top of chat. You should still sign up. It's still going to be free. I'm still getting destroyed on my position. Not destroyed. I'm down 5%. That's not too bad. That's manageable if the SPY were to come back up. Okay, where are we at? Oh, I need to get marbles ready. So this will be to win the money. To win the money, you have to be fast. You have to be crazy fast. Wait, where are my games? Where are the games? View games library. All right. We're firing it up. Oh, now it needs to update. Potentially. I don't know. It says it's launching. It's launching the game. Launching. All right, I'm going to cancel this and just restart it. Do you want to allow? Yes. Is this ever going to work? Come on. Launching, running install script. Installing something? Am I just running too many things on the old Monk computer right now? Here's what I need to do is let's exit out of this. All right, I'm exiting it. Oh, here we go. All right, you guys should be able to see it. Continue. All right, we're gonna race. We got to set up our competitors, add names. All right, number 1, Ismail. Number 2, Cole from Cole's Towing. Number 3, Natalie. Number 4, Tim. And number 5, Dilo. These are our competitors. All right, now I'm going to need your help. Wait, is this working? Which one do any of these tracks really jump out to you folks? Do any of these tracks jump out to you folks? Feel free to comment if you're feeling just like, man, that's the one I want. Shattered Dreams? That could be an interesting one. We've already done Death Alley. Shattered Dreams. We could do Space Station. I don't think they have like a monk temple. The dojo, that's kind of, it's like Asian monks, you know? That could work. Just a slight, like, I feel like it's adjacent. I feel like there's some overlaps in like life view. All right, so how do you guys feel between, I'll give you 3 options. Shattered Dreams, Space Station, or the dojo. Those are your options. Shattered Dreams, Space Station, or the dojo. All right, first thing I see is Space Station or Shattered Dreams. Okay, so between these two, which ones do you like? Shattered Dreams or Space Station? Which one do you like? Well, it seems half and half. Space. You guys are going back and forth. It feels real close. All right, we're going to Shattered Dreams. There's a couple more. Bots, 5 racers. ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present the next race. What we have before us right now are 5 competitors who are 5 of the fastest marble racers throughout the entire galaxy. And they're not just doing this for fun. They're not just doing this to enjoy a beautiful summer Friday. They're doing this for bragging rights. They're doing this for glory. They're doing this for $250. Folks, there's no rules. This is prison rules racing. Whatever they want, they can knock each other off the track. They can form teams. They can collude. They can do whatever they want because all that really matters is the first marble across the finish line. What we're about to see is truly going to go down in the history books. You folks are living in the competitive times of the internet. Folks, without further ado, it is time we get this started. The race between Cole of Rumble, Ismail from YouTube, Natalie from Locals, Tim from Locals, and Dilo from Locals. We have quite the bunch. We are going in 3, 2, 1. Interesting start. Tim with an early lead. Oh, Cole just running down. He was in last, but then, Ismail coming out. Ooh, interesting. We have one bot. Don't worry about that. Ismail with a strong lead. He took the right path. Ooh, we went half and half. Dilo and Tim going on over on the left one. Natalie and Ismail going right, while Tim and Dilo are going left and left. Currently, Ismail, Natalie, Tim, Cole in that order, but we are coming up to some treacherous waters as we get through these swirly twirlies. Looks like Tim and Ismail, even though on different tracks, are right on each other's necks right now. Ismail going up a magical elevator of sorts and then missing the speed. Is Natalie going to catch him? Whereas Tim is still on the right path. It looks like that bot marble doing some crazy stuff. Tim using the paddles to his advantage. Congratulations, Tim. Watch out. Tim in a minefield. Tim really taking advantage of those paddles. I must admit, that was a strong play by Tim. Tim really getting ahead. Who's in second? In a distant second, we have Dilo. Let's go up to her. Is he slowing down? Is someone going to speed up? Dilo, Natalie, Cole, and Ismail making up some time. Tim slowly getting out, but still in the lead. Can he get any speed, or is he going to get shot off the... Tim's been stalled. Tim better hope he doesn't hit. Dilo's breaking out. Tim, we have a winner. Congratulations. It was questionable. Second place, Dilo. Third place, Natalie. And then for fourth, they're still fighting. I do appreciate how they fought till the end. Congratulations. But you see that heart? Did you see the heart at the end of the race there? That is what this is all about. Congratulations to all competitors. Special congratulations to Tim for being the winner of Eternal Glory, Perpetual Bragging Rights, and $250. Later today, I will personally be reaching out to you to get your information and to send you it. But folks, I'm as sweaty as I am after watching an episode of Cops, that's for sure. Congratulations to everyone who competed, and a special thank you for everyone who tried to get in. There's always going to be another one. Always going to be another one. Ooh, and look at that. Should we run another marble race? It feels, call me crazy, but do marble races push the market up? I'm getting accusations that Tim was potentially using performance-enhancing drugs. Tim, where are you? Tim, I don't know what service you're watching on right now because you were a locals person. Tim, are you on gear? Have you been doping? A little bit of EPO stuff? A little bit of trend? What's going on, brother? Where there's smoke, there's fires, and I want to know, are you on that sauce, brother? He did it. You WD-40'd the ball. He's all doped up. He's on that gear and he WD-40'd the ball. All right. we're going to obviously, before the payouts go through, we will be getting urine samples from all competitors. The last couple people, oddly enough, have had beaver tranquilizer in their system. We're not really sure why, but we're finding some very questionable substances in our competitors' urine. So we will be looking into it. But yeah, but I guess I got to put that one on you guys. If we do find out that he's on beaver tranquilizer, does it matter? If anything, I feel like that would be he'd be even slower. I mean, we saw how slow Tim got at the end of the race. It feels like he might have been on the beaver trank, you know? We'll see. Next week, when the results come back, I will follow up and I'll let you guys know what was in his system at the time. I will let you know, but seriously, congratulations to Tim, and I do appreciate everyone who competed. We can run it back next week if there is desire. There's no rules. I did say there's no rules. Maybe that's our only rule is no more beaver trank. No more beaver trank. Something to consider. Another potential false breakout team. It might be setting up on the cues to have a shoulder, head, shoulder. That's very possible. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Not good, but also not confirmed until you snap the neckline, and the neckline is technically all the way down here. So I think we're going to kind of know who's winning what beforehand, because it could also just be on the other argument, higher, low, potential, higher, low. So sometimes you just need to wait and be patient for some form of a confirmation. And what might be a potential leading indicator is what's happening in the options market. So the options market was buying pretty aggressively from 10:38 up until 10:56. Then all the options traders took a break to watch the marble race. And now that the marble race is over, they have to come back and decide what they want to do. We've seen this before. It's common. Generally, when we run one of these, I mean, we push millions and millions and millions of viewers. So it really does pause the market for a couple minutes. It really, really does. So we're going to be patient, see how this plays out. Oh, I'm back in the green. I went from in the green to in the red, back into the green, and I'll maybe be able to pay out Tim. If it pushes a little bit more, I might be able to give Tim his actual payout today. So that's exciting. Tim's the one hoping the most that this goes up so I can deliver on my promise. I'm joking. I'm gonna deliver on my promise. I'm going to deliver on my promise. But it'll be easier if it actually keeps going, so I have the money, So it keeps going. All right. So as this is playing out, the 5-minute green, the 10-minute trying to go back green, the 30-minute still struggling. Tech a little bit stronger. And in all of that craziness, Piper did fire. So if you are in the channel, if you're in the Discord, I'm about to give you the final Piper signal of the week. The final Piper signal of the week. All right. Please, if you're in the Discord, take note that there's different strength between the SPY and the Qs today. So different multiple call out. Just, it's in there. Trank the beaver. All right, so we did that. We could do some reacts. You guys did send in a healthy amount of reacts. We can look at some reacts. But before we get to reacts, I actually want to... Did you guys see this story from Rumble? So basically, I think the people on Rumble are really going to care about this. Absolutely wild story. So the CEO, founder, and chairman of Rumble, Mr. Chris Pavlovski, just yesterday, right when the market was closing, tweeted out, "The Russell 3000 is a scam. Investors are being misled, and I'm going to expose it shortly." When I see stuff like that, I get interested. I care. I'm in Rumble. I'm invested in it. I'm streaming on Rumble, and I'm into the market. So pretty much every single word about this, and I love good drama stories. So pretty much every word of this tweet got me excited. So I thought we should kind of cover it as a story. But for those of you who don't know, the Russell 3000 is basically the top 3,000 stocks in the market. So the Russell 2000 is the bottom 2,000 of the 3,000. The top 1,000 is split up between like the S&P 500, the S&P 400 mid cap. But really, the Russell 3000 is the biggest grouping. The bottom 2,000 of the 3,000 is the Russell 2000, and then that top group is split between like the S&P 500, the mid cap, and then there's a sub portion of the S&P 500 that's actually the NASDAQ 100, and there's all these other things going on. But just to explain what the Russell 3000 is, because you've probably heard the Russell 2000, so I just wanted to quickly explain that. A little bit later, this was the, I guess, him exposing, and I thought this was crazy. So basically, the TLDR is this. There's a good chance that Rumble is intentionally excluded from joining the index. First of all, okay, you have to look into why, and then you might want to ask the question of like, okay, what does this actually mean? And just so you know, being in an index, that's good because there are many, many offices and family plans who create their own form of the index, like they mimic it themselves. So they look at everything in the SPY and then they just go and buy everything in the SPY. So when you're included into higher and higher indexes, more and more popular indexes, there's just forced additional buying. It is good for a stock to be included in more and more indexes because it literally forces buying. So just from an investor standpoint, from a financial standpoint, it's important. But then you have the other side of the story that's kind of, I would say, maybe for lack of a better word, like political, of like, why would you be excluded? And this is very interesting. So what you're seeing, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically it's like the legal counsel from Rumble reaching out to whoever represents the London Stock Exchange Group, the LSEG, which is obviously in charge of the Russell 3000. But what this is all about is why they were excluded. So the LSEG is basically saying, hey, actually the whole voting percentage, the voting rights, you're below our requirements, or really you don't meet our requirements, so that's why we're excluding you. Using the LSEG's formula and methodology, publicly held shares of Rumble make up at least 5.5% of the total voting rights of the company, placing Rumble above the Russell 3000's minimum threshold of 5%. So the TLDR is LSEG says, hey, the public voting rights, it's below 5%. And they're saying, we provided you the numbers. It's actually above that. What are you talking about? And it actually all comes down to Dan Bongino and his ownership. The LSEG is counting Dan Bongino's ownership internal to the company. But he's not. He's an unaffiliated party who just bought some and he owns a lot of it. So when you count that, they're actually way above the 5%, which is they need to be. But then the response is crazy. On multiple occasions since the release of the preliminary index, Rumble has sent emails noting the error and offered phone calls or meetings to explain the accurate calculation of our voting rights to LSEG. Every time the LSEG staff have been unwilling to correct their mistake, citing they need to, quote unquote, stay consistent with their process, which is weird because is staying consistent just what? You have to be consistently bad at rudimentary math? This refusal to correct an obvious error does a disservice to investors in the Russell 3000, without a doubt. If the LSEG is unwilling to correct an obvious mistake related to Rumble, how many other companies are erroneously included in the Russell 3000 index or are erroneously excluded from it? So that's the hot drama there of what Chris is talking about from Rumble, and just talk. Obviously, this is from their general counsel, Mr. Ellis, and what's going on with Dan. So that's how it is, and it's voting rights. And basically, the LSEG is just saying people are internal to the company that actually aren't internal, and it's messing up their math. And I guess they're unwilling to discuss it at all, which is crazy. But also, Chris was on a hot one yesterday. So he was talking about the LSEG fighting the markets, but obviously for a while, they've been fighting what's happening at Google. This is pretty crazy. Our legal team has unearthed a video of Google's former VP of search products laughing to Google recruits about preferencing Google-owned products in Google search, which is actually illegal. This will be exhibit 1 in our self-preferencing antitrust lawsuit against Google. So in case you don't know, Rumble is actually right now in real time suing Google for these types of antitrust. Basically, that's a fancy word for like monopolistic practices.
So the question was, on our stock quotes, when you type in different tickers, you see little charts appear on the top of the page. And we used to have Yahoo first, and now Google is first. And I think the answer was that, I mean, if I recall history correctly, we didn't actually have Google Finance until about a year ago. So up until then, we were actually ordering the links based on various published metrics like ComScore and Media Metrics. So we had the 5 top finance sites in their order of popularity listed there. So when we rolled out Google Finance, we did put the Google link first. So seems only fair, right? We do all the work for the search page and all these other things. So we do put it first. And that's actually been a policy then because of finance we implemented in other places. So for Google Maps, again, it's the first link, and so on and so forth. And then after that, it's ranked usually by popularity. So the question.
In my opinion, this is just stating the quiet known part out loud. So it's something that we all know, that Google clearly favors their own things. And maybe it means something to you, maybe it doesn't. But in a legal sense, that's a no bueno situation for them. So just thought it was interesting. Wanted to share that, kind of give you an update on the current battle with Rumble of fighting many governments who want them to be quiet, fighting many tech companies who don't want them to be competition, and apparently now fighting the certain entities within Wall Street who clearly just don't want more notoriety on their stock. So wanted to share all of that. And where are we at in the market? We've stalled out. Another fake out breakout, I suppose, on the SPY. We kind of got going, and then we started chilling. Options are now flat. GME options are very flat. The SPY, it popped again with the pop in price. You heard that breakout, and then quickly came right back down. If we look at the Qs, what are they doing? Just kind of drifting sideways. Okay, I would very much love for this push. I want to see the SPY at a new intraday high. But we're oddly back. Like we just came right back up to this equilibrium point. You could kind of see it. The first 3-minute high, then all these lows, then the high, then the high. This is just like a chop zone. Clear chop zone of, I don't know, about 75 cents, centered like just above 541. It's just a chop zone. They were above it, trying to hold on, ran up to it, got smacked, ran up to it, getting smacked again. It'll be a telltale sign of just what's happening. Are we putting in a shoulder head shoulder on the Qs, or are we about to put in a higher low and then just push this 478 level? And then obviously there would be a similar argument on the SPY. So this is a day, I mean, certain days when we're here watching the world's largest casino, it's actually really easy because there's just an obvious trend, and whatever, if it's trending up, you buy all the pullbacks. If it's trending down, you short all the pops. But this is a choppy mess. You're going to get chop days. Unfortunately, most days are actually chop days. If it's not like a 50-50 split. It's not like half our days are beautiful trend days and then the other half are like crappy chop. There's much more that are crappy chop, and it's just an aspect of the market. It's just something that like you kind of have to get used to. All right, cool. All right, let's see some of these reacts. I think I have them loaded up. Here we go. All right. Oops, they all went on the wrong page. My bad. Is this loud enough? Okay, cool. What the Republicans and Trump are trying to do is pull the wool over the eyes of American people.
Speaker Pelosi, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I've been wondering all day what your thoughts and feelings have been today. With Donald Trump returning not precisely to the scene of the crime, but certainly the neighborhood of the crime.
Well, he wanted to give the impression that he had come to the Capitol. But what did they go to, a bar on Capitol Hill or something like that? But whatever it was, what the Republicans and Trump are trying to do is pull the wool over the eyes of the American people. What happened that day was as it was described by Mitch McConnell, by Tim Cook. Or they may have amnesia about what happened that day. But the fact is, it was an assault. It was the scene of a crime of an assault on the Capitol with Confederate flags flying under the dome that Lincoln built. Lincoln built that dome, Confederate flags. All most of them care about is not paying taxes.
We got some wild turns in that one. I think maybe it's taken out. I don't know. It seems like she's all over the place. The fact that she's still a politician blows my mind. What do we have here? The libs are losing their mind. Are they?
MAGA, is there anything that Donald Trump could do to lose your support? No? Oh, well then you're in a cult. MAGA.
Can't that be said about both sides, though? That's what I don't get. Maybe I'm a little bit just too center of the road extremist. But like, she made that video. Couldn't I just make a video and say, is there anything Joe Biden could do that would make you like not vote for him and no? Oh, okay. You're like, it cuts both ways, doesn't it? I that's just poor logic. Very poor logic. The fact that these people are in college is beyond me. Ooh, another college one. I am a fan of these college ones.
How many dimes are in $3?
Dimes are in $3?
Yeah.
18?
18 dimes. There you go. How'd you do that?
Wait. So there's 6 dimes in $1.
Facts.
So there's
Wait,
dimes 10 cents. Dimes 10 cents. There's 18. There's 18.
18? All right, baby.
Wait, he knows the dime's 10 cents and then he's saying there's 6 in $1? I thought he was just messing up how much a dime was worth. I didn't realize that's even worse than I thought it would be.
You're making me think
yeah, my bad. How many dimes are in $1?
That's a lot of math. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, last question. How long is a quarter of an hour?
25 minutes.
There you go. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Yeah, thank
I haven't
you.
done math in forever.
Yeah. Keep going, though. It's 15 minutes, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Did I not get anything right?
No.
Okay.
She's such an Can you name me three?
Oh, there was more. Sorry.
She's such an Can you name me 3 countries outside of North America?
South America.
There you go.
Europe.
Europe.
And Asia.
And Asia.
Yes.
There you go. Those are all continents, though.
Oh, gosh.
How long is a quarter of an hour?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Sorry.
Yep. Nailed it.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's wrong. It's 15.
Oh, that does make sense. A quarter, yeah. So
Yeah, there
let's be split.
Yeah. Has to be split. They're in college. Maybe we should just end college as a whole. Like, what's the point of it at this juncture? Grandpa practicing picking locks to break Trump out. No way.
Grandpa.
Yes.
What are you watching? Why do you have a screw?
Oh, I try to practice
What do you?
how to unlock the jail lock to get the Trump out with the screwdriver.
That's a small screwdriver. That's all you
Well,
need.
but only don't need something that be easy because a lot of people behind me go to get him out.
Oh, okay. But I don't think he's going to jail, do you?
I know it, but in case, I know it.
Yeah.
Because no way he can go to jail.
You in practice right now?
I can practice right now.
Yeah.
And behind me, a ton of people go behind me to do this. So that a little bit, a needle,
Yeah.
but a thousand people will make big. And we will go get the Trump out of the jail and send him go to the White House.
So wild. What a G. What a G. Here we go. Is this it? Is this our moment to launch? Well, not GME. GME's getting murked. Yeah. Oh. Dude, is Roaring Kitty selling again? Options are dumping on GME. Dumping. It peaked up here at 10:02. The pop got people excited, and then murked. SPY is flat as price. So I'd prefer. Is my play still green? Okay, I'm up 500. I was up 900 the first 2 minutes I got into it. Now I'm up 700. Probably should have just taken the money, but I like the trend. I'm just praying it's not a head, shoulder, head. I'm praying that it's inverse. Inverse shoulder, head, shoulder instead of this normal shoulder, head, shoulder. You just don't know, dude. You just don't know. You just got to let it rip. Actually, there is one way we could find out. Hold tight. Hold tight, folks. We got to ask the cat tarot cards. We got to ask the cat tarot cards of what in the world's going on. Do I know what these mean? No, I don't. But I'm sure it'll tell us the right answer. So here's what I'm going to do. We have all of these tarot cards. What I'm going to do is randomly going to just cut the deck, put this on bottom, cut it again, And then obviously to be really good at the market, you have to cut it a third time and there's no cheating allowed. All right, so we did that. And I'm just going to take this top card. Put in this top card. Let me put all these down on one sheet. Putting this down. All right, I have this card. I will reveal it together. This is going to be the direction of the market for the rest of the day, 100% guaranteed. We got King of Pentacles. Black cat with a nice gold crown, and it's called King of Pentacles. So that obviously means we need to now look up what King of Pentacles means. King of Cups, Knight of Cuck, Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, no. King of Pentacles. Business, mentor. A successful business person comes the fore. They are adept at finances and negotiations. Hell yeah, they are. That's why I drew it. And are driven by wealth rather than creative endeavors. They may be useful mentor or advisor, or perhaps inspire you to look to worldly matters. This card is a reminder to enjoy the physical and material pleasures of life. Don't fucking tell me twice, brother. Enjoy the material things of life? A financial mentor? Did you guys just stumble into the perfect place for you guys to be? Dude, I must admit, when we saw those videos of the girl trying to decide her stocks with tarot cards, I was like, that seems like bull BS. But dude, we're 2 days into it and it's crushing. Like I don't think it could be more right. Oh, Josh, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. It's all right. Not everyone's going to get it. Not everyone's cut out for the high-end analysis we do in this show. Not everyone is cut out. The market's still literally doing nothing, dude. Are they just going to grind this shit sideways all day? We're just going to be bored here. What was... Oh, that's the intraday high. Okay, so I tagged the intraday high and then also yesterday's close. All right, intraday high. I'll just make that blue. We'll delineate it a little bit. So this is yesterday's close all the way up here on the S&P 500. This is the current intraday high, which maybe we're going to be testing soon. Options really aren't doing it. Oh, that's on the Qs. I've been looking at the Qs. Okay, sorry. I was on the wrong one. No one let me know. So we popped up. We just dropped a little bit. If we can bounce out of this and make a new intraday high, I think we're golden. Oh, fuck. We are so far past the deadline. What other tarot? I like learning about these as we go. I don't want to like study beforehand. That feels like a form of cheating. I want to let the magic talk to us as it's coming, you know? As it's coming into the system, the metaphysical universe. You guys want to do voicemails? Someone's screaming voicemails. All right. Screaming voicemails.
So these two cannibals are walking in the woods, and the one cannibal says to the other, "Man, I don't feel good. I feel like I'm going to puke." And the other cannibal goes, "Well, why? Well, who did you eat recently?" And the guy says, "Well, I ate this guy. He had a brown robe, and he had a bald head in the back, and he kind of looks like that Matt Kors guy today." So the other cannibal goes, "Oh, well, how did you cook him?" He says, "Oh, I just did the normal. I boiled him like a soup." So the other guy goes, "Oh, that's your problem. See, he's a fryer."
He's a fryer. That was a good one. Oh, that was a good one. He's a fryer.
Matt, today's a bullish day. At least I hope so. At least for me. Hey, let me ask you a question. If I sell something, let's say I sell something at $5 and it drops to $2. Actually, no, let me start over. I'm sorry, man.
I'll have what he's having.
My chart. Anyway, have fun. Thank you for everything you do. I'll figure this out.
I'll have one too.
Hey, Matt. So I fucks with some witchy bitches, and I can say with some certainty that the King of Cups is, yes, a mentor figure, but specifically an emotional mentor and emotional balance.
Yeah.
And if you're anything, you do preach discipline, brother. So I think that the King of Cups needs us to be disciplined today.
Thank you,
for
son.
this market. Maybe some whipsaw. Good luck, Goonies.
I could tell that guy is not only high IQ, but high EQ as well.
This is Brian Troy, CEO of Wall Street Growth. Mr. Matt, please give me a help about a blind guy. A blind, and Kevin, Adam Sitter screwed me over, so did Adam Aaron. So shout out to Wall Street Growth. Tell me, go look at I used to trade 2-page, X-page, and whatever else. Thank you much. Bye.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I was honestly just thinking that this morning, and the fact that someone else was on the same page with me, it shows that I'm just right.
Hey, Matt, I love your show. I watch it every morning.
Thank you.
At least when you're on. You know, I made the mistake.
Shot.
I want all your other people or your viewers or the chat or everybody else, I want everybody to not make this mistake. I jumped in. Thank you for the free month, by the way, but I jumped in when everything was still Chinese. It's still kind of Chinese to me, but I jumped in a little too early. My trial is almost going to end, and I wish I would have taken more advantage of it. I guess what I'm trying to say is understand a little bit first and then jump in there so everything starts to click. But other than that, you're the fucking greatest. I appreciate you, and keep doing what you're doing because it's really helping me. And if it's helping me because I'm retarded, it's helping everybody else too.
Thank you. Those are very kind words. Thank you so much.
Hey, Matt, if we're supposed to be the best country in the world,
hell yeah, brother,
but we have dickheads like this guy controlling us, where can we go to actually get some freedom or anything, not feel like a puppet? We're screwed, aren't we? Thanks,
No,
Matt.
I still think we're the most free country in the world, for sure. Could it improve? Without a doubt, but on a relative basis, I still think it's the best country to be in.
All of these retards keep talking about buying AMC. I don't understand. Adam Aaron is the worst leader since Joe Biden. It's really sad to see these retards are losing tons of money, and I love money. I love smelling my money. They should try it.
It's always such a pleasure when the big man, the big Don, can call into the show. Much appreciated, Donald. And I agree with you. Your opinions, your thoughts, your articulation, it's all spot on.
AMC gotta be the play. I reached into my crayons today to see which one to eat, and I got Aquamarine and Cheyenne. AMC. It's definitely going up today.
It's also cool that robots call into the show as well. But those are some good taste in crayons. I don't disagree. I definitely don't disagree. All right, those are the call-ins. Those are the reacts. Folks, I think that's pretty much what I have for you. I'm still in my trades. I'm not getting out of this yet because I still like the trade. So I don't really have a reason to get out. And I'm up about 700. And if it can push right here, if I can just, like I said, it's simple. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing any hocus pocus magic stuff. I do that sometimes, just not today. Sometimes I do influence the market with emojis and magnets and that type of stuff. But today it's just a clean play. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. It's a clean play. I'm just looking for the breakout of the intraday high and a follow through to yesterday's close. And that's going to be my Friday. That is 100% going to be my Friday. Celtics or the Mavs? That's a good question. Okay, I need to preface this with I don't know anything about basketball whatsoever, but if you guys want, I could tell you who's going to win just in case you're betting. Hold tight. If you guys want to definitively know who's going to win, Celtics black Mavs red, Celtics black, Mavs red, Celtics black, Mavs red. The Magic Wheel of Destiny is literally never let us be wrong on this one. Celtics. It's Celtics. Celtics. So they're going to win. I'm sorry if you bet on the Mavs. I didn't do it. But no, this thing is literally never wrong. It's the Celtics are going to win. So if you have like a futures bet or something like that, you're pretty locked in, but it's Celtics. Yeah, for sure. Definitely Celtics. Don't forget, if you want to be in the Discord, if you want to get all the Piper signals, my trades, the lectures, all that stuff, it's pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. All the lectures that we've done that explain what we're doing in there, they're all recorded. So everything we've done in the past, how many ever months, they're recorded. You can watch it. If you have a free weekend, you could probably rip through it all in one long weekend. But there's also a lot of people in there who are more than willing to help. It's an awesome group of awesome traders. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And the first month's free anyway. So if you sign up, engage in it fully for an entire month. And if you like it, great, stick around. If you don't, no harm, no foul. It didn't cost you anything anyway. After that, it is $50 a month or $500 for a year. But if you took my trade yesterday alone, that made $1,300. So you paid for 2.5 years in one day, which you could have gotten for free. So I feel like the math of the situation does favor you, but obviously those are my opinions. That's what I have for you for now. If something goes crazy, I'm not going to stream today. I actually have a lot of things I have to take care of on the other business side because I've been streaming so much this week. So I will be posting a ton of content this weekend for sure. Later today, Mr. Producer, Chaos, where are we with the Apex video? We have an important video coming out. You guys saw me doing the Apex trading, and in the video, I'm breaking down more of my thoughts and tips of how you guys can be successful on Apex. The video is coming out later today. So later today, have your notifications on wherever you're watching me right now. Important video sharing my tips and tricks where hopefully it can bring you guys to the next level or ideally be even better than me on Apex yourself. So check that out. Just literally in 10 trading days, officially getting approved for $18,000 worth of payouts. So very, very excited about that. So that video is going to be coming out. Other videos are coming out, and then we're streaming once again on Monday. Monday is going to be another big day because Monday is the day that the GameStop annual shareholder meeting got punted to. So Monday, normal stream, but then also later in the afternoon, we're going to be doing the GameStop annual shareholder meeting as well. That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. Have a great weekend. Much love. Peace.